The Invisible City. December 9th began with silence, not the peaceful kind, but the kind that sounds as though something is holding its breath just outside the door. Miss Sofie lay awake in her donut, staring at the window. Frost patterns spread across the glass like maps, rivers, mountains, and forest grown in ice. But in the middle of the pattern there was something new, a shape that looked like an eye. She got up slowly. Whimser! A low hum come from the attic. Not now. I'm busy calculating how many bowls of rice pudding make up an entire elf year. As many as you eat in a week, said Miss Sofie dryly. She peered out into the snow. But where the road should have been, there was nothing. No trees, no hedges, no houses. Only fog. A fog so dense it seems to glow faintly from within, as though the world itself has disappeared. When Wimsey finally clambered down from the attic, a wooden spoon tangled in her hair and one braid sticking sideways. She froze as Miss Sophie's expressions. Oh, that's not an ordinary fog. No, said Miss Sofie. It's something trying to hide. She looked at the key around her neck. It not longer glowed gold, but a pale silver gray, a cold light, clear, dreamlike. And as she moved, it cast a shimmer across the window pane. The light touches the frost pattern, and the eye blinked. Wimsey dropped her spoon. Sophie, I think someone watching us. Miss Sofie took a deep breath. Then we just have to look back. She pressed the key against the glass. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the window opened like a door made of light. Outside, there was no world, only mist. But far in the distance, something glittered, tiny moving stars. It's a city, said Miss Sofie softly. I can feel it. The key is showing us the way. But I can't see anything, complained Wimsey. I need my elf glasses. Or maybe just a really big mug of cocoa. Miss Sofie stepped through the glowing frame, and the fog folded around her like a breath. She didn't feel cold, rather a strange warmth rising from within. Come on, Wimsey, she called. I'm coming, came the muffled reply. But if I disappear, find me by following the smell of cinnamon. They walked forward. With every step Miss Sofie took, light appeared beneath her paws. Small circles of silver glow. Soon there were so many that they formed a path. And out of that, the fog buildings began to merge. Not real houses, but their outlines, as if drawn from memories. The invisible city, whispered Wimsey. I thought it only existed in stories. Everything that's forgotten ends up here, said a voice. They turned. Out of the mist stepped a figure, an old woman with eyes like stars and a cloak that shimmered with frost. Who are you? Asked Miss Sofie. I'm the keeper of what is no longer remembered, she said. This city is home to forgotten dreams, lost Christmas wishes, and time that stood still. She looked at Miss Sofie. But you carry time with you, within you. I can feel it. I can feel the light in you. Miss Sofie glanced down at the key. It shimmered faintly, but was melting faster now, as if every second in this city drained a little more of its life. I'm looking for the heart of Christmas, she said. Do you know where it is? The keeper smiled wistfully. Perhaps. But first you must find what you have forgotten. The one who bears the lights cannot shine if she does not know who she is. I know who I am, said Miss Sofie, though her voice trembled more than she wanted it to. The keeper pointed toward a great fountain in the center of the city. The water was still, frozen in time. Look into the mirror, and the city will show you what you're lost. Miss Sofie stepped closer. When she looked down, she didn't see herself. She saw Wilma, her great-grandmother, standing in front of the same house with the same key hanging from a red and white silk ribbon. Beside her ran a little puppy, dark brown, with a silky tail. That's me, she whispered, when I was a puppy. Wimsey came closer. She hid the key for you, Sofie. She knew that you one day would be what the light need, a new heart. But in the mirror, shadows began to form. They rippled around Wilma's image, disappearing words which Sofie couldn't understand. A chill crawled up through her pores. They remember too, said the keeper. Shadows never forget. Wimsey tugged at her tail. Come on, Sofie. You're seen enough. But Miss Sofie touched the image with her paw. The mirror shattered, and the city began to change. The houses grew transparent. The streets crumbled, and the fog glowed like 1,000 blooming stars. You awaken it, said the keeper. The invisible city only lives when someone dares to remember. The key's light grew stronger. It melted faster, yet shone brighter than ever before. Snow, or was it dust, drifted around them like glittering memories. Wimsey looked at her, half in fear, half in awe. You're bringing everything back to life when the dreams that were forgotten. As long as I remember who I am, said Miss Sofie softly, the shadows can't take me. She turned to the keeper. Thank you. The old woman nodded and stepped back into the mist. Don't forget me. No light lasts forever, but the memory of it can ignite 1,000 more. When the fog lifted, they stood once more before their house. The key glowed faintly and dripped 3 clear drops, forming a pattern in the snow, a heart surrounded by stars. Wimsey bent down. Invisible city wasn't gone. It was just waiting for someone to look. Miss Sofie smiled. Then we must keep looking. She gazed up at the sky, where a new star shone, larger and warmer than the rest. And somewhere in the darkness, the shadows slowly drew back. For now. That was the end of 9th of December. If you dare again to listen more, then come back tomorrow and hear about the build that remembered. Merry Christmas.